Introducing the new LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series UCS AT-ST Walker. Oh my gosh, we're getting a new version of it here in 2025. Wow, thank you so much LEGO for providing this set early to reveal and review. I highly appreciate it because the 2006 version, which is worth roughly, I don't know, $500–600, and it comes with 1,068 pieces, has been on my wanted list forever, and I've just, for some reason, never gotten it. And now, here in 2025, we're getting a new updated version. This one retails for a whopping $200 US, so it's definitely pretty expensive. It has 1,513 pieces. But today in this video, of course, we're going to check it out. I am just thrilled to have this here in 2025. It's amazing. I can finally just cross that one off my wanted list. I no longer need the 2006 version because we've got a bigger, better one here in 2025. All right, let's get started. Now, the first thing I wanted to say is that I'm really excited about the specifications plaque because it is fully printed, and of course it is mounted to a stand which will also host our AT-ST driver minifigure. The minifigure is pretty well done, however there is no dual molded legs, so there's no representation of boots that he would be wearing. There's only a single face print detail, so it's not double-sided, but it does have the arm print detailing, and of course it is exclusive to this set. Being a UCS set, we've got to take a look at the size here. So it is 37 centimeters or 14.5 inches tall, 22 centimeters or 8.5 inches deep. And you can see it beside a smaller AT-ST Walker. So it is quite sizable. Another great size comparison is of course with the UCS AT-AT Walker. There you go, it's beside the beast. I will say that the AT-ST Walker is so much easier to pick up and move around. I am always terrified to move the AT-AT Walker. Now I think this model here was done in the perfect scale. I think it is just a wonderful display size, but I've also, once again, wanted the UCS AT-ST Walker for a very long time, so I'm just so happy to see it here. But look at it just standing on my desk. It is just so big, it just grabs your attention. It looks fantastic. And the first thing you construct is actually the midsection, just like right there. And then you start constructing the two legs, which attach to the midsection with some interesting angles, which are built using the rounded plates. And they are attached using studs, so the legs are actually in a fixed position. So there is no points of articulation within the legs. Other than the toes, those will hinge downward and upward. But look at the feet. They're just like such a large scale. They look pretty good. And then we've got the legs, which are mostly constructed with Technic elements. And they have some pins in those Technic elements so that you can actually attach tiles and just cover up the Technic look of them. And there's just like really nice details with the angles, called the supporting framework of the legs. Can see some texturing with just like the different greebling work, and there's also sticker detail, and of course that matches on either side. And there's also some detail on the bottom of the Walker as well. You can see there's a whip element there which represents a cable, that circular piece, and also a 2x3. And there's some venting detail on the back as well, which is framed with those triangular wedge plates. Those are just held in place by one stud, so if you transport this thing, they will move around, but we've just got some textured bricks in behind those to represent some venting detail. Just above the support work there, we've got some more detail that was created using the cone and tooth elements. I like how the legs get pretty bulky as they attach to the torso up top here, and there's all sorts of detail that is constructed using the bar element and also the paint roller. Underneath the head, there is a large tire right there. That's how the head can rotate. And there's an axle that connects the head to the body. There's a closer look at that tire element, so you can see it rotates with the body. And there's actually an interesting piece right behind it. See that little black piece right there with the curve? We've got a nice combination of smooth finish here and also studs. And that's carried over onto the head here as well. You can just see some nice tile work there, the triangular tiles, and also all sorts of wedge plates and modified plates just to give it a nice texture. We've got all sorts of firepower on this beast, of course. We've got the cannons right there up front. They're like the little turrets. Sort of looks like the AT-ST Walker's mouth. And then there's a cannon on the side here, which can rotate as that large dish element is on a 4x4 turntable, and then another turret on this side here, which is really well detailed with the like deflector, I guess, and also the ski poles. So some good part usage there to create the turrets. I just like the texture of the head. It looks really good, and we've got some added detail for the eyes, and these panels can, of course, move, can hinge a little bit. They're in their open position right now. And the top is nicely textured as well. We got a little slanted area right here that's decorated with the tiles and also the grill pieces and those like interesting slopes on the side. Some bar elements clipped in place there, and there's a little hatch right here which can open up, the one that Chewbacca would hop in. And the back side of the head has some nice detail as well with a couple printed pieces and the tiled off sections. So yeah, that looks pretty good, but I will say there is a little bit of a gap right here. I did double, triple, quadruple check that I built everything correct, and I'm quite confident I did, but there is a little bit of a gap there because of course you can't access the interior not just by using the hatch, but by just popping the entire head upward like that. There are a total of 8 studs holding onto this plate here, and that's what's allowing this to hinge upward, and it can sort of open it right up because it's on the Technic piece, so you can open it like that and it'll stay, so then you can check out the detailed interior. The interior consists of 2 seats in reddish brown with black detail, and there's also a control panel that has 4 print elements and 1 sticker element, and then some of those like tap pieces to represent the controls. Sort of a strange sticker element on the seat. You see the 2x3 tile? There's like a sticker element that represents an ingot tile. We have an ingot built into the headrest, and then the midsection of the seat is a 2x3 tile. So they obviously didn't want to make it 2 plates thick there, so they just created a sticker element that looks like an ingot. There's a closer look at the control panel, and that centerpiece with the green detail is the sticker element. The interior isn't quite as clean or as polished as you think it would be. I think there's quite a bit of like work that's exposed, or like the elements right there, but I think that's also very cool because that just shows you how these side panels were mounted at that interesting angle, because you got the rubber piece right there that's holding it in place at the top. So it's not bad. When you pop it open, you can sort of see all the cool LEGO techniques that were used to mount the panels in place to get the interesting shape of the head. This monster of a set came with 1 instruction manual. The AT-ST cleans up nicely. There's a movie still with the interior and also an exterior shot of it tromping through Endor. The AT-AT's terrifying cousin, and then we've got some more movie stills as well. And of course there's a little blurb from the LEGO Star Wars design team, and I love this shot of it right there. That's awesome. We should try and replicate it. It looks so good. It looks so cool, right? It's just such a beast. Details from head to toe, and then they showcase some of the moving functions. And I actually forgot to feature that one right there. But yeah, this turret can of course move up and down. And before you start the build, you got to check out this really nice graphic here, which I believe would be concept art from, of course, Lucasfilm. So everybody, what do you think of the LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series AT-ST? We're finally getting a remake of it, which is awesome. I've always wanted one of these, so now I no longer have to seek out the old one, which is great. I think the price, once again, is just a little bit up there. It seems like all the new LEGO Star Wars sets have an inflated price. I love the fact that the specs plaque is printed. I think the minifigure could use an additional upgrade just with those dual molded legs. Overall, I think though the Walker was a great construction. I love the way that it can rotate, and of course the guns and stuff move. You've got some interior details there. Maybe there could be a bit more interior detail. The legs, they don't really need to be posable. I don't think you need points of articulation there. I think the exterior of it and the size of it and just the way that it displays is just on point, so no complaints there. Definitely a pretty awesome model. Right on. Thank you once again, LEGO, for providing the model early to reveal and review. That's highly appreciated. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the near future. And have yourselves a great day. Bye for now.